So Canada just made a huge mistake that is going to cost them a lot of money, but it will make them a lot of money too, because in life there's two types of people. People who are okay with just getting beat down every single day, and there's people who don't want to take it anymore and leave. And everyone has a different pain threshold. Some are quick to move, some aren't. For example, me, the moment I started making money, I left because I knew that the taxes that I would pay would hurt me too much. But some people are okay with it. They'll think, oh, you know what, I make 200k, I'll pay 70k in tax, whatever, that's my fair share. To each their own. That's crazy to me, and then they'll make 300k and then pay 115 taxes and say, you know what, that's fine. But then they start making more and more and more and just end up getting trapped, kind of being okay with it, because you get used to it as you make more and more. And then there's the other type of people who are okay with it at first, but then after they really get to the point where it's like 55% in tax, they're like, okay, no, this is too much. I'm out of here. Get me to Dubai. And Canada is playing a very dangerous game, in my opinion, by raising the capital gains inclusion percentage from 50% to 66%. Now, in my opinion, this is a terrible decision. I think that Canada should reduce its taxes to help people make more money and stimulate the economy, grow businesses in Canada, even move back to Canada. But in their eyes, I guess the easiest way is not to take a gamble and just make a firm decision and say, you know what, let's raise this, let's add another how many $1 billion back into our economy so we can go and donate it. And I mean, I think this is a huge mistake. I experienced this firsthand, right? I speak to wealthy people with $1 million portfolios every single day, and in the last 12 months, over 1,000 calls that I've taken, and all of these people back then were not okay with the capital gains. They weren't okay with the income tax. They weren't okay with the corporate tax, and now they're definitely not okay with it. They hate it even more. And I've gotten a lot of clients who I used to speak to, but they were on the border of things. They weren't 100% sure. Now they're coming back and saying, okay, I've had enough. Why are they suddenly making this decision? Because people are starting to realize that it's not going to end here. There's so much more to take, right? 50%. Okay, they have 50%. Let's raise it to 16. Well, they can still bring that up even higher, right? They can still increase personal income tax. What's stopping them from increasing the highest personal income tax rate from 54% to 66%. What's stopping them? You look at some Scandinavian countries, they're already doing that, okay? Canada's taking notes. What's stopping them from increasing the corporate tax to 30%, 40%? Nothing is stopping them. Literally just writing on a piece of paper that this is what is going to happen. You're going to pay for it. That's all that's stopping them, which there's nothing stopping them. Look at Scandinavian countries. Some of these countries will tax you on your assets, unrealized gain. So let's say you had an asset that was up $500,000 and they'll say, okay, you're up 500K. I'm going to tax you on that unrealized gain and you're going to pay it to me. You probably never even heard of this before, but it is happening. And it's crazy because you didn't even sell it. So what happens if it goes down after? So this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about, right? Yes, they're increasing these taxes, but it's definitely not the end. It's only the beginning. Taxes will only get worse and worse and worse over the next 10, 20 years, 30 years. And if you have a business or you have assets or you have investments, well, these are at danger of getting destroyed. Like, let's say you had a stock portfolio, right? And you're going to use this to retire. And then one day Canada says, oh, we're going to tax you on everything. By the time you're at retirement, let's say you're 30, 20 now. By the time you're at retirement, do you really think it's going to get better? Are you being honest with yourself if you say that? It's going to get worse. By the time you're at retirement, maybe this inclusion rate of 66% will really be 80% or 90%. And I know this sounds crazy, but it's possible. So that portfolio that might retire you today might not retire you tomorrow. And that's the scary part. So if I was a Canadian, which I am a Canadian, but a Canadian living in Canada still, I would definitely start to look at my other options. Look at Dubai. Look at other countries. I know I say Dubai like it's a country. It's not a country, it's a city, but I just haven't explored the other Emirates as much as I want to. So I am just a big fan of the city of Dubai. But look at other places where you can move to and reduce your taxes. I like Dubai because it's simple, it's quick, and it's very cost effective. There's some people on this platform that will sell you $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 relocation services. Good for them, but maybe not what you actually need. You can set up a company here, get residency for you, your family, your children, and then whoever else, employ them or sponsor them. And then from that point on, you can open your banks here, invest here, and pay no taxes here. And a lot of people say, oh, but Dubai has a 9% corporate tax. Let's just stop there. If it was 9%, then okay, really, is it that bad, 9%? I know it's not good. It used to be 0, but is it that bad? No, it's not that bad. And number 2, it's a corporate tax. So if you set up a company for personal investment reasons, well, this doesn't even apply to you. Let's say you moved your business here, 9% tax on your net income above $100,000 is what you'll pay. However, you don't even have to pay this if your revenue is under $816,000 US. So that's the first thing you have to look at. Is my revenue over $816,000 US? If the answer is no, then you don't even have to pay corporate tax. It doesn't matter if your net income is 600K. There's no corporate tax. Why? There's a small business relief for the next 3 years. Now, you might be watching this in the future and the small business relief might already be over, but I mean, that's what's going on right now. And I mean, it's a very good opportunity to take advantage of this. I don't think personal income tax will be increasing anytime soon, in my opinion, maybe in the next 5-10 years. But there's still a great gap to take advantage of this. And if it does increase and you're not comfortable paying this tax, consider other options, other strategies, other countries, other cities. There's always a way around it to do it legally. And I think that staying in Canada is a very, very bad decision, because not only are you paying this tax, but you're losing the potential to invest on that money today. Like, let's say I paid $10,000 in taxes, but the government said, you know what? You won't actually pay it. We'll give it back to you in 10 years. Well, now you lost the opportunity to take that money, put it into stocks and make 7-8% per year, more maybe if you're lucky, and get all of those rewards. So even if there wasn't a tax and they paid it back to you, you need to understand that the fact that you're losing this money is not the only tax. You're also getting taxed on the opportunity cost of having that money today. And it could quite literally be the difference between you being a millionaire and a billionaire. I'm in a group with multimillionaires and I told them this and they're like, oh, wait a minute, it's not just the tax, it's the opportunity to invest that money. Because like I said, if you got that money back in the future and you didn't get taxed technically, well, sure, whatever. I lost a little bit to inflation. But again, you lost the opportunity to invest that money in your business, assets, whatever. So I think Canada is making a huge mistake. They're losing a lot of entrepreneurs. I've set up so many Canadians after this news that are just telling me, I'm moving for this reason specifically. I know it's going to get worse. And I totally agree with them. I think it will get worse. It's in the getting worse trajectory, or let's say downward slope instead. So if you want to learn how to set up your business in Dubai and you want to get a good group of experts who can help you do this properly, to help you relocate your life, your family, your business, and get you set up here with a good business license, with good bank accounts and good accounting, good everything, then watch this video right here where I go over exactly what you need to know if you want to set up a business in Dubai. And if you already made your mind up and you're ready to get started, then book a call down below. We would be more than happy to explain to you the entire process from start to finish, and I'll see you there.